Well, guys, I'm here with Mike Shaw of the Guardians Foundation. They just figured out today that they would be taking over this facility as well as the Cannon Street facility eventually. Here's Mike now. Mike, when did the city let you know that you were going to be taking control of these facilities?
Well, we've been in conversation since we opened up the COVID center out at the fairgrounds. We've been operating out there for about 3 weeks for going through triage and whatnot. And there have been talks about this facility, a need for this facility at midnight tonight. And then we had no idea about the situation in Cannon. So as far as we knew, we were going to be doing something maybe, but we got a phone call this afternoon at 1 o'clock stating that the need is now, that we don't want a gap in services for our population that we need to serve. So they asked us to fulfill a role, and we're proudly doing that here now.
What all have you had to do in the last few hours in order to get ready to serve all the people that are going to be here?
Well, we're a pretty nimble organization. We've got great members and staff. We just went through our staffing charts, picked out the best and most nimble people, got them in here. It's work in progress, of course, since it's only been a few hours. But the gear up has been relatively smooth and under the circumstances, very smooth, I would say. So we were able to become operational in just a few hours.
And at what point do you think you'll be ready to fully open, and what services will be available here at the downtown library location when you do open?
Operations started today at 4 o'clock. We are already receiving guests. We've planned on normal, smooth operations for the next 2 weeks, which we're scheduled for at this location. We hope that the recipients that were here utilizing the facility will come back. There's some communication and outreach to them to make sure that they're ensured that they have the ability to come back, because they don't know. We don't know what they've been told on why it was closed for today. So we hope that message gets out to the people that need these services so that they come back. And I believe SPD and other agencies here in the city are doing that outreach as we speak.
And how many people are you prepared to have at this location?
The capacity for this location is just about 55. Obviously, that's where it's at. We have the social distancing requirements that we have to fulfill. So we hope to fulfill 55 beds. If Cannon was available, we would have the additional 45 or 50 there as well. Unfortunately, it's not at this moment.
Yeah, so what are your thoughts on that right now the previous organization, Jules Helping Hands, is saying they're going to take a couple days at least to remove their belongings before they allow you guys in there to service that center?
Well, that's a matter between the city and Jules. It's unfortunate that there are service breaks for the individuals. It was a full-time ongoing concern there. They're always at capacity, and our concern is really about those individuals that were disbanded because of loss of services on their end. So we just hope the message gets to all those individuals so that there are capabilities ramping up, and the city and the previous vendor need to work out their issues.
And then finally, I'll just ask, what kind of agreement do you have with the city right now, and for how long do you expect to be servicing this center and eventually the other?
We're under a contract under the COVID-19 response. The contract is just a month contract that rolls. It's moving and fluxing as we speak. Even without these shelters, it moves and fluxes around based on capacity. But we apparently Dr. Lutz signed a contract this morning, giving us authorization to be in here for this evening. So I haven't seen that paperwork myself, but I'm sure I will be on my desk once the dust settles here tonight. All
right, well, thank you so much, Mike. All right, for now, we're here in the downtown Spokane Library, which is going to be a shelter for people who need to come here in order to avoid COVID-19. It's going to be a shelter, as you just heard, for at least another month or so. Right now, there's also work on the other shelter at Cannon Street. That one's still going to be a little bit in limbo for a little while. But for now, the Guardians are here. They moved in rather quickly despite a lot of lack of communication, and they're going to be servicing people tonight. So live in the Spokane Library, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.